Something that we talked about yesterday. We told you about the mentally deranged man who died after a Marine veteran put him in a chokehold until officers or EMTs could arrive. Now, this happened, of course, on the New York City subway. And the hero has been revealed. And again, he is a hero. This guy had been arrested, what was it, 42 times?
Yeah, 42.
42 times.
Yeah. Something you will not hear, and I want to add this on any corporate media. Corporate media, some of the more conservative outlets are saying things like, he was a known criminal, or he did have a rap sheet. No, this is 42 times, folks. 42 times.
The man was a career criminal, I would say. So, but the hero, again, Daniel Penny. Want to draw attention to him. But I'm sure he is hiding out now, that some have already found him. This is just repulsive. Here's a guy taking down this guy because he was threatening, clearly. I mean, the guy's been arrested 42 times, and he's trying to protect other people like he's always done as a Marine.
Yeah, they've called this a lynching. They've called this a murder. They've called this, they've used every name they can. AOC has already declared this Marine veteran guilty of murder. And of course, they have to put the racial undertones into all of it. I'm sure protesters are looking for the home of this hero Marine vet. But we need more heroes like this in our society.
Yeah.
When the government won't enforce the law, and I wrote about this and I've talked about this and I posted this on my Instagram from our show yesterday. When the government won't enforce the law, brave men will have to step up to protect the innocent. And yes, I use the word men because guess what? Men are generally stronger and more capable. Not saying women never could, but I said men as a generalization, and that's still okay. Sometimes it'll be women, and especially women with a gun. Right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, things like this will continue to happen.
Because he supports defunding the police. It's her fault that this guy is probably out.
That's right.
And somebody said we can't expect government to exact justice for us. Governments will never be just. I could not agree with you more on that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about putting order in place. I'm talking about abiding by law and order that's on the books. I'm talking about using the laws we have. I'm talking about not dismantling our police forces, right?
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of things I'm talking about. Not, obviously, we don't expect the government to keep us safe. We are not big daddy government people on this side of the aisle.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just the opposite. Government, get out of our way, do your job, and let us do ours. If the government were doing their job and not undermining police and all the rest, this would have never happened. This guy, first of all, wouldn't have even been on that subway.
Yeah, well, every New Yorker knows that when you go into the deeps of the subway, that we're all looking after each other, because this stuff has been happening for a while, but it's certainly been happening a lot more since we basically let out the prisoners from the prison 2-3 years ago. Rikers Island in New York was a population of 40,000 inmates, and when Eric Adams came in, and even de Blasio, they basically reduced the population to 4,000. So where did they go? They went into the subways because it's warm and, they can find shelter there. But I'm very happy to see that my friend Tom Kenneth, who ran against Alvin Bragg, is going to be defending Sergeant Perry in this trial.
Oh, that's a
wonderful.
cool ending to that story, or
cool.
a cool middle.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, we'll continue to follow that and bring you updates. But coming up, Joe Biden got very confused today, and we'll show you the video up next. I don't know, it's going to be hard to top that view clip. I really think.
This might do it.
Okay.